Hey again YouTube, Bad Fat Panda here. I have another gameplay commentary for you guys. This time it is not Modern Warfare 2. This is actually supposed to be my Thursday post, but the file, the AIC file, was just so incredibly large that I couldn't export it in time from when I got home from work, so I couldn't actually put that up. I put up the link to my Machinima post instead, and decided to do this on Saturday. This is a demo, a playable demo released both on PSN and Xbox Live that was of Mafia 2, and it's an okay demo. I'm gonna get into a review a bit later, but this is supposed to be an actual playable level from the game itself, and we start out with the protagonist in the series, Vito. And if any of you played the original Mafia, I played it on the PC, my friend's PC, all through middle school and high school. This was just a hit game. I really liked it a lot. A lot of the reviews didn't say that many positive things about it, but the story was top notch. And oh, holy crap! I have to take that out, or YouTube will destroy me. Apparently, you can collect Playboys in this game. It's like instead of collecting coffee thermoses like Alan Wake or eggs in Grand Theft Auto, you collect Playboys. Pretty interesting take on it, but that is not appropriate for YouTube, and I will henceforth remove that from this video. And here you see, I decided you only get 10 minutes to play outside of the actual mission, the storybook mission, and go about the open world. The open world aspect was one of the key features of the last game. I really appreciated the story and the writing in the last game. Found that I don't know, playthrough, for multiple playthroughs, the ability and I can't think of a word, I can't think of it, but just you wanting to go back and play through each mission again. The playability, I guess, or replayability, or something like that. And to me, that game had it all. The reviews didn't say as much, but I decided to pay this fee instead of get charged and try and flee them, because I remember that you can't do that from the last game. And unfortunately, I don't know the controls on the console yet, and I pull out a gun and shoot, so I immediately have another bounty on, and I am sort of effed. But this is pretty much GTA. You could sort of compare it to GTA Vice City, but it's not set in the same time period. This is a little bit earlier. I mean, maybe it's still a bit earlier than Scarface. They make a comment later that Vito is just returned from the war, presumably World War II, as most of the cars are of that era. And we get to see, as I miserably fail at trying to find the place where I'm supposed to go, get to see a little bit of the AI interaction. The cops are certainly still chasing for me. They're pretty adamant about finding and hunting me down. That individual right there, you can't see it probably because I was going too fast, but he has a gun. So random pedestrians carry guns, sort of like Grand Theft Auto. Here we see another plot. This is a continuation of the story previously. You were trying to whack the fat bastard, as true Mafia 1 dialogue continues over. The interplay between each character in this and the two others, to me, throughout is kind of funny. I'm not sure if you can hear many of it, although I am doing this in Final Cut Pro instead of iMovie, so I can adjust the sound levels a bit, but I also have to go to work soon, so I want to get this exporting before I leave. It's a pretty long commentary, I guess. I don't know, I forget how long it is overall, but I decided to cut a lot of it down. I cut out the parts that I died, and I cut out, well, I didn't cut out, I just fast forwarded the open world part. Those are the two cuts that I made. So this is pretty much just a built-in level for Mafia that we got to view. So here we're staking out the Fat Bastard's distillery, and we get to go and kill him soon in a little bit. We get on an MG42, which is kind of sweet. The weapon control in this game doesn't really apply to console that much. I was sad to see that. I don't know if the original one was released on console as well, but on the PS3 the controls sort of worked, and you could readjust anything you wanted to if it ever got too much. And so here we go. But you see here, this is just, I can understand the period weaponry and the fact that it has very intense recoil and not that much control over you have not much control over the weapon, but the screen shaking like this, I'm sure you can turn it off, but it's just a very annoying feature. And the overall graphics, while on the original, were not great. They revamp a couple of things here. There are definitely lighting improvements, and just overall the control scheme. While there weren't any other control schemes for me to check out, I didn't try. If there were, I didn't look long enough to figure out. But just the weapon control and the sensitivity and the entire feel of it all. As you see me here, getting behind a wall cover when I don't really mean to. It just seems to feel off. It just feels a bit off for a console transition. And I was really looking forward to this game. It's something that I have been waiting for I guess the better part of at least 7 years. I want to say 7 to 10 years. I really like this game, and I like the demo. I liked it a fair amount, but I don't think that it'll grab me the way that the original one did. There are so many other games coming out at this time. This one hasn't really gotten hyped that much, and it's a shame, sort of. You see here, I'm trying to shoot him behind the wall, and I get into a melee fight in sort of opposition to what I was trying to do previously, but here we have Thompsons, and Thompsons in this game are overpowered, but you only have a pistol. You eventually pick up their Thompson and then go on a Tommy rampage. I also pick up a shotgun, I think, and that's always fun. The weapon choices are definitely period. I'm using an M1911 right now, a Colt, and I pick up a double-barreled shotgun right now. Is this a double-barreled or a bolt? Or a pump action? I think it might be a pump action. Yeah, it's definitely a pump action. But see, you see here how much I'm struggling with actually trying to get around the corner. It's just very bulky and awkward, the control scheme feels. I'm not sure how it is on the 360. I downloaded the demo on the PS3. I might actually go and do it on the 360 just to see if the controls are any better for that controller. And it's pretty some beast range. It's like a spas range you got there. But this next part sort of pissed me off a bit. I thought that Vice might have actually been another weapon, and I tried to pick it up. But a lot of the advanced reviews and the advanced previews on this game mentioned that the AI was completely revamped. There were a couple glitches that you could easily get into, and that's sort of what made the last game fun. And I'm definitely not complaining that there aren't glitches in this game. I'm more suggesting that the cop AI was supposed to be amped up immensely. They were supposed to be very strict. Granted, depending on what area of the city you're in, there are multiple levels of the city, like Grand Theft Auto games. Those are the youth that are familiar with that. And I just could not, they just turned around and like one-shotted me with the fucking Thompson. And this was the first time I actually killed him, so I am definitely like fucking shooting his corpse and emptying everything else into there. And granted, the fact that this is a distillery, you get to blow up a lot of the barrels. I didn't do it now because I was actually trying to get this playthrough to go and allow me to commentate over it. But this is also sort of interesting, the fact that you can pick up 3 weapons. They're each on the D-pad, which would make the Xbox 360 users possibly cry a little bit inside, because the 360 D-pad is horrible. But the functionality of switching each, you may be able to change map it to another button. But for the purposes of weapon switching, it's pretty easy. And I like the fact that you can carry multiple weapons, as you could in the past one. But unlike as you could in the past one, there were very you could carry a lot of weapons. You don't get multiple of the same type in this, so I can't tell how many overall you can pick up at one time. And this is the fat bastard here. Apparently he was trying to hide and thought that he was untouchable. But fortunately for us, unfortunately for him, he was touchable indeed. And yeah. Oh yes, he gets shot by a snub-nosed, and he's like, oh no, and then he just gets fucking lit up, because that's what these kids do. And there you see the Mafia gore. A lot of the levels were gory. You see a slow-mo there, a pan, and a fan throwing dust over his face in very dramatic fashion. The dialogue on this is definitely good, and the voiceover acting is also quite good. Continuation from the first game, but I still lack the overall feel for this game. It feels awkward to me, and I don't think that I could get that much play value out of it. The open world, granted, they didn't release. You could only play 10 minutes in the open world, and you couldn't get very far. But I did try it out a bit. It did seem that the AI interactions, if you shot one of them, it was kind of funny. They do say stuff to you like the last game, but the last game was just quirky. It was sort of like a not one-hit wonder, but it was just sort of a random game. And unfortunately, you can't kill him. I was sort of sad about that. I don't know why, but he's sort of an innocent bystander working in this distillery, but he was working under the Mafia, and so I decided to kill him, but I couldn't. So here you see the level actually starts catching on fire, and it's a good read of the graphics in this game. Everything was fast to load. There weren't that many glitches. Granted, this is a demo and it's not a full live version of the game, but it is a playthrough of a level that will be featured in the actual game. And here we see the other feature that they added, which is destructible environments. If there is something or somebody that is hiding behind cover, you can kill him through that cover. You can blow up pillars. You can, and that's going to make a whole new fun facet of the game. For those of you that played through multiple levels multiple times in the previous one, I could just imagine if there was destructible cover in the last one, how much fun that would make for multiple playthroughs. Because there are definitely a lot of different ways you can go about doing the level now. But that guy shoots me. See, this is how overpowered the Thompson is. You can just fucking spray and pray, and that is that. But hey, I am one to like my Tommy gun, and that's why I don't have a pump action shotgun out here. The ability to spray definitely saves you in these tight corners. And now I'm dying of smoke inhalation, and we continue to another cutscene, I believe, in a bit. And the next cutscene is kind of cool. It sort of makes me want to pick up the game just to see what happens at the end. Those of you that played the demo will know, as I run through fire there, and I'm lucky that I didn't die. And continuing on. So, and see how everything is loading quite fast. There weren't any glitches. I didn't have any sort of, it didn't stop for the game to load. I didn't have any drop in movement speed, or textures weren't loading properly. And that's definitely good. It means that this is a well-polished game, which means that there probably won't be that many problems with it at launch. At least predictable problems with it at launch. There may be something else. There is going to be DLC for this game, I do believe, but there will not be a multiplayer element. Overall, I'm not too saddened by that. I believe that while it would definitely add to the game a lot, it would sort of make a Grand Theft Auto follow-up, and I think this game is trying to separate itself from Grand Theft Auto. It's using the same heads-up display as the last one, and it's using the same map design relatively. You have a hill here. I remember having a massive hill going toward the edge of the city river, and also a footbridge over top, and then train bridges and all sorts of stuff. So it's following the general linear map designs of the last one, but I couldn't praise the last one enough. So as we are actually coming to a close here, I will let the final cutscene play out, and I myself will say see you later. I'll definitely have another Modern Warfare 2 match posted up next Tuesday, and I may have something in the
Take it easy, will you hand me relax? It's under control.
I got a hole in my leg the size of a fucking golf ball, and you're telling me to relax?
You're gonna have a hole in your head pretty soon if we don't get out of this. Vito, do
Fuck the
something
cops!
here!
Do a doctor now!